The Belgian Malinois is not just a dog. It's the closest thing to a living weapon the military has ever created. When soldiers speak of these dogs, they don't describe them as pets. They describe them as comrades. They describe them as forces of nature that have been sharpened into steel. But how do they take an ordinary puppy, a ball of fur with boundless energy, and turn it into an elite killer trusted on the front lines of war? The answer lies in a process that is as brutal as it is precise. It begins long before training ever starts, with selection. Not every Malinois is worthy. From a litter of seemingly identical puppies, only the ones that burn hotter are chosen. The ones whose eyes lock with unsettling focus and bodies can't sit still are singled out. That spark, that intensity, is the raw signal that this pup can be forged into something greater. Families might pass on the restless, fiery pup in favor of the calm one. But for the military, that spark is the only thing that matters. That restlessness is not weakness, it is potential. Potential is only raw material, and raw material means nothing until it is shaped. Just as steel must be hammered, tempered, and tested, the Malinois must be forged through fire. The first step is socialization, but not the kind you imagine in a backyard or puppy class. Military trainers introduce Malinois puppies to chaos from the very start. Sirens blare, gunfire cracks, and helicopters roar overhead. Strangers approach from every angle, adding to the confusion. Where other dogs tremble or hide, the chosen Malinois learns to push forward. Confidence under pressure becomes the foundation of survival. Next comes obedience. Not the kind where a dog sits for a treat or comes when it feels like it. Military obedience is sharp, absolute, and instant. A pause isn't just a mistake, it could cost lives. A glance away isn't disobedience, it's mission failure. The Malinois learns that its universe has one center, the handler's command. Every syllable spoken is law, every gesture is gospel. And hesitation is unthinkable. Then comes drive development. Every Malinois is born with almost uncontrollable energy, but the military doesn't waste that fire, it channels it. Balls, tugs, and ropes all become tools. What looks like play is actually science. Each chase strengthens pursuit. Each tug deepens the grip. Every completed task etches into the dog's brain that work is life itself. Over time, this obsession hardens into relentless pursuit. Any target the handler designates becomes the dog's mission. Once the fire is focused, it's time to sharpen the teeth. Bite training begins. These aren't casual nips or playful tugs. The Malinois is taught to clamp down with crushing force. It learns to hold and control like living pliers. Release only comes when the handler gives the word. Soldiers describe the sensation of a Malinois bite as terrifying. And that terror is exactly what makes it effective. Endurance follows. These dogs aren't built for comfort, they're built for war. They're run through fields until their muscles scream. They leap over barriers and swim across rivers. They scale walls and push past exhaustion until exhaustion itself becomes irrelevant. Where ordinary dogs collapse after a jog, the Malinois is just warming up. Soldiers have a saying, a Malinois never quits, even when you want to. On the battlefield, that truth is everything. Then comes the nose, the most underrated weapon of all. Scent training transforms a Malinois into a living radar. With one sniff, it can detect explosives buried underground. Weapons hidden in bags or enemies concealed hundreds of meters away are revealed instantly. That nose becomes the shield of the squad. Time and again, it saves soldiers from walking blindly into death. But pure aggression is never the goal. The seventh step is leash, aggression control. These dogs are not mindless killers, they are precision tools. They are taught to explode into action when ordered. They are also taught to stop instantly when commanded. The control is as vital as the fury. Without it, the Malinois is chaos. With it, the Malinois is a scalpel, surgical and exact. Terrifying in its restraint, it becomes a perfect balance of power and discipline. Desensitization follows. Bombs detonate and smoke fills the air. Helicopters whip up violent wind, and yet the Malinois does not flinch. While other dogs bolt in panic, the trained Malinois learns that war itself is routine. The more violent the chaos, the calmer they remain. That is why they thrive in places where even human soldiers break. But no weapon is effective without trust. That's why teamwork is everything. Malinois don't just work with handlers, they bond so deeply that spoken commands become almost unnecessary. A glance or a twitch is enough to signal action. A subtle shift in body language brings an instant response. In combat, this invisible bond is faster than words or radios. Handler and dog become one organism with two bodies. They move in perfect synchronization without hesitation. Finally, there is deployment. By this stage, the Malinois is no longer just a dog. It is a weapon wrapped in fur, sharpened by fire, and guided by loyalty. Soldiers trust them more than equipment or armor. Sometimes they trust them more than other humans. Enemies fear them before they even appear. Stories spread of Malinois dropping from helicopters or leaping barricades. Tales of them bringing down armed men with terrifying speed echo on every battlefield. The legend builds, and with it, the fear. But here's the twist. Civilians see the same dogs online and think they're getting a loyal pet. They watch clips of Malinois flying through the air or running up walls. They think, I want one. What they don't see is the endless training and discipline. They don't see the constant mission that gives this fire direction. Without it, the same fire that makes them elite turns into chaos. Families end up with shredded furniture and sleepless nights. Fences break and regret sets in. The dog isn't broken, the owners are. The careful training and respect ensure that these weapons are always seen for their true purpose. They are tools. In the hands of a skilled operator, each weapon becomes an extension of their will, a partner in the elaborate dance of strategy and survival. The bond is forged through discipline and experience, creating a synergy that can be the difference between victory and defeat. Their dedication to training is unwavering and absolute. Their commitment is unyielding. In a world where distractions abound, they find solace in routine. Each drop of sweat is a testament to their perseverance, and every challenge faced sharpens their resolve. Through this disciplined life, they cultivate not only their skills but also their spirits, emerging stronger with each passing day. They respect the fire in their dog's eyes and never underestimate it. That's why they succeed where others fail. The Malinois demands dedication, discipline, and a bond forged through shared challenges and relentless training. A true journey. Embracing the spirit of the Malinois means understanding that every moment spent together is not just a task but an opportunity for growth. This journey transforms both handler and dog, creating profound connections built on respect, commitment, and an unwavering sense of purpose. Together, they rise to every occasion. It isn't just a dog, it's a weapon. And unless you're prepared to live with the same intensity as the military, it will break you. That's the truth no breeder will admit and no viral clip will reveal. The Belgian Malinois is a soldier's ally, an enemy's nightmare, and a civilian's regret. So before you dream of owning one, ask yourself honestly, are you ready to hold the leash of a living weapon? The military has already proven what happens when fire is forged into steel. In the right hands, power transforms lives. In the wrong, it devastates. Destruction. The choice is yours. Will you wield power with wisdom or let chaos reign? The consequences are in your hands, echoing through eternity. Balance and understanding are essential. Misuse leads only to ruin, while mastery opens the door to extraordinary possibilities. Embrace the journey ahead. The rigorous training transforms these dogs into formidable partners, loyal and lethal in the line of duty. Through intense exercises, these dogs develop agility and strength, honing their instincts to detect threats and respond with precision. The bond formed between handler and canine is forged in trust, creating a powerful duo prepared for any challenge that lies ahead.